Everyone, it's Cara. I'm back with another little video. Today I'm using two collage soup books, as you can see, the Fundamentals book and the Journal Girly book. So I got these images from those books and I decided to make a little collage. So this blue, it looks to me like blue bark and I really liked it. But I didn't just want to leave it blue because it's quite dark. I know I'm going to cover quite a lot of it up with my bunny and that frame that you saw at the beginning. But I just thought it looked nice with a little bit of white stenciling going across that background, kind of where I knew it would, oh, excuse me, thought I was going to sneeze, kind of where I knew it would poke out from behind the frame. So I've grabbed out this stencil. This is a Dina Wakley Media stencil from Ranger. It's called Feel Your Magic and it's just got some lovely words on. And although I'm, using it as a background and you're not really going to be able to read the words, I do like to put a bit of text in my background. So I used that in 3 places just to make it kind of pleasing to the eye. Now I've grabbed my background builder stamping set. This set is just a cheap set from Temu in the UK, and it's got like dots and lines and all kind of good background building stamps on it. Now I think I've mentioned before that I use a gift card for this because I've only got one stamping block with me here in Morocco that I bought from the UK with me, and it's A5 size. So sometimes when you've got those smaller stamps, it's nicer just to have a smaller sort of stamp platform to go from. So the gift card is perfect size for some of those little stamps. Now I've grabbed out this text stamp. It's from Tracy Scott. I think it's from set TS065. It is one of my favourites and I don't really have the, the background papers that come in the packets with them anymore. But I use this and one of the other minis quite a lot. So I'm pretty sure that's the set it's from. So again, with those 2 stamps, I'm just putting them over the same kind of 3 spots where I've done that stenciling. Now I've grabbed my white paint pen. This is a Staedtler or Staedtler. I'm not really sure how you say that. Lumo colour acrylic paint marker. And I just prime the tip to the side on a little piece of plastic. And then I bash it with my scissors because I've had an operation on my arms. So I can't flick it so well. But banging it with the scissors gives me a lot more control over it. And I get a lot more flick, I suppose, a lot more paint come from it. So I'm just flicking through my book now, trying to find a single page to stick this onto, because I do like to normally do double pages. So I didn't want to stick it where I had it because that was a double page spread and then that leaves me another single. I hope that makes sense. So where I've already got a single on this one, I'm using up the other single side. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Anyway, I wanted to find a single page. That's where it kind of comes from. Okay, I'm using double-sided sticky tape to get this stuck down because it's just a collage sheet and oh excuse me, a bit of a yawn there, sorry, you're not keeping me up or anything. Because it's just a sheet from a book and I'm not going to put wet medium on it, it will stick better with this double-sided tape. Now I pull those little tabs up and leave that tape hanging out like that because it makes it so much easier if you put it down in the wrong place to start with, like I did. So then you've only got a tiny little bit that's already stuck rather than, the whole line of it. So just a little tip for you guys there. If you sometimes find that you've peeled off the whole thing and then, you've stuck it in slightly wonky, try using the little tabs. So there, it's a great little tip. Someone on YouTube published like some little tips, hints and tips, and I got it from there. I can't remember who it was. It was a long time ago, but ever since I've I've done that because it just works really, really well. So as you can see, this page didn't rip from my book as nice as I wanted it to. At the beginning of the Collage Soup books, it does helpfully tell you to crack the spine and warm it with a hairdryer or a heat tool, and that will help release the glue. I normally do that, but I must have not done it this time because, as you can see, I got that ripped edge. However, as you can see now with my bunny rabbit and my frame over the top, some of that won't show, and what would show I've covered with just a mix of a dark blue with a little bit of black paint. So I had my bunny sort of in the frame where I kind of wanted it, and I just stuck those together with my glue stick. It's a Bic glue stick, and it's a really good one. In fact, I really like it. I have struggled with glue sticks for a while here, but that one actually seems to stay stuck. So I have now put double-sided tape around my frame and a little bit in the middle of the bunny, and then I've also used the glue stick to adhere the rest of it so that I get a good firm stick on there. And here I am again doing the little tab thing that I told you about. So just pull up one little edge, fold it so that you've got a bit peeking out from your image so that you obviously can see it from the front when you do that. And then you can lay your image down exactly where you want it. I'm lining the bunny up with the bottom of the page because I want that bunny out of the frame at the bottom. So yeah, I've lined that up, and then yes, just pull the rest of the tab off from the side like I'm going to do in the top in a minute, and then you can stick it down. And as I said, it does really work with placing it in the correct place. Now I'm just adding little bits of glue to corners where, you know, always seem to have to add extra glue to corners, or, you know, little bits that tend to kind of not stick or stick up or whatever. Yeah. I'm just using my craft knife to cut the corner of that frame off so that when I fold the page over, it doesn't sort of go all bent and horrible. So I just cut it to make that straight as well. And then I've cut off that little overlap on the bottom edge. And there I am again, sticking a few bits down, you know, the bunny's ear, the bunny's nose. Probably why I didn't put glue properly on them in the first place. So my own fault, really. But yeah, just making sure it's all glued and nicely in place. Now, I really love how this looks now. And I've just decided that I want to do a few little kind of finishing touches to it. I didn't want to overload this page. I didn't want to detract from the bunny, and I really like the way the two blues went together, and with that little bit of stamping and stenciling in the background, I really like the way this had turned out. But what I've grabbed here is my, and I don't know if you say it like this, but it's a hoo-hoo, so it's OHUHU. It's a gold dual tip dot pen. Now this came in a set of 12, I believe, and I love the dot marker side. It is a fine line pen on the other end, and they're great. Hoo-hoo do a lot of different acrylic markers and things, so yeah, check them out on Amazon. If I've got the link, I'll leave it below so you guys can have a look. But yeah, I've got the gold and silver ones left, which I kept. I will say some of the other colours in the box weren't as vivid as I would have wanted, so I used them up pretty quickly on some sort of lighter projects, and because they didn't show up on a lot of things that I wanted them to, when I downsized my art supplies, only the gold and silver made it to come with me. I've just used my Uniball Signo in white to enhance the bunny's eye. So just going on the whites of the eyes there, just to make that bunny's eyes pop. And now I'm using my Uniball eye in fine, my fine liner one. I have a broad one and I think a medium one as well, but this is the fine liner one. And I'm just doing some real sort of sketchy lines around that bunny just to make it stand out a little bit, but I don't want to lose, you know, lose it. I don't want to lose it, and I don't want to make the outlines too broad because I like the way that page looks already. So I'm just doing a few, and where I want that to be a softer line, I'm just smudging that in with my pen. With my finger. So yeah. So the gold dots went round the outside of the frame there. You can't really see them with the light on, but you'll see them in the close-up. And now I've grabbed my white pen again. So that's the Uniball Signo. And I'm doing some very sketchy lines. I'm holding the pen quite lightly to get some sketchy lines. I don't want fluid ink. I want kind of scratchy lines. And I'm just doing a little bit of a border on that on that blue with the white, to again just give that a little bit more detail there, because I knew I wasn't really going to add much. Now these are the words that came out in the middle of that frame, which are from the Collage Soup book, and I was thinking about using one of those quotes, so I'm just having a look to see which one I fancy. As it came from that same book, I thought I'd try and stick to that rather than grab out my quote stash. And I choose one, and I think I stick it in the bottom corner, just with some glue stick. There you go. So yeah, let me know if you guys have got collage soup books, and let me know what you do with them. I love to see all the different things. This page is a very simple page, obviously. Normally I throw a load of paint and texture paste and whatnot, whatever I can really at the page, but today I was just feeling a very simple collage page, and I loved this bunny, and I just didn't want to take away from the bunny really. I'm using that black pen again, the Uniball Eye, just to outline those words, if you like, to help them pop. And then this is a Stabilo All pencil. This is water soluble. So just go around the inside of the frame now, just with a little bit of water on top to make that a bit of a softer line, and to bring the sort of pigment out, and just makes that frame kind of pop and shows you that there's something in the frame. So yeah, I hope you've liked this video. Pop me a little thumbs up or a comment, which I would love to see and read and respond to. And give me a little like, and maybe hit the bell and consider subscribing to my channel. I go live every Friday at 5 with a new art journal process video. So yeah, subscribe and you'll get to see those as soon as they come up. And I also at the moment do a video every fortnight on a Tuesday. Some of those will be process videos. Quite often they are a flip through or swatching, or if I found a new product. So yeah, subscribe and you'll get to see those as well. So here's the close-up on my bunny page. You can really see the gold dots in that, which I love. So yeah, check those pens out on Amazon. I will put the link below. And for now, I'll see you soon. Bye.